Friends, 2 days ago, something happened at Delhi airport, and the whole world is still talking about it. Not breaking news anymore, but a story worth pausing on because it is unbelievable. A 13-year-old boy from Afghanistan flew all the way from Kabul to Indian capital Delhi, more than 1,000 kilometers, hidden in the wheel well of an aircraft. Now let's be clear, that is one of the most harshest, hostile places a human can be. At 30 to 40,000 feet, air is razor thin, oxygen almost gone, temperatures plunging below minus 50 degrees Celsius, frostbite, hypothermia, unconsciousness. Survival rate barely 20 to 25%. Almost everyone who tries this dies. And yet, this boy survived for nearly 2 hours, clinging to the underbelly of the plane. He lived through what experts say is almost impossible. So today, let's step back and tell you this story properly. Who this boy is, how he slipped past security, what happened inside that whale well, why survival here is a miracle, and the tragic cases from the past as well. And finally, the big question: what does this mean for aviation safety? What if he was not a boy but a terrorist? The incident. What happened? September 22nd, 2025. Morning hours. At 10:20 a.m., flight KM RQ4401 landed at Delhi's Terminal 3. It had come from Kabul, Afghanistan's capital. As usual, ground staff moved to check the plane, and suddenly they spotted a boy, white kurta, pajama, walking in a restricted zone. Not a passenger, not an airport worker. Everyone was stunned. How come this boy suddenly appearing here? On questioning, the boy said he had come all the way from Kabul, Afghanistan's capital, hidden in the plane's rear wheel compartment. He is just 13 years old, a 6th or 7th grader. For more than 2 hours, he survived inside that wheel well. Wanted to go to Iran. Investigators later learned he was from Kunduz province of Afghanistan. His plan? He wanted to go to Iran. At 8 a.m. Kabul time, he slipped past security at Hamid Karzai International Airport. Blended with passengers, he got near the planes. But here is the twist. He mistook the Delhi flight for an Iran flight. So he clung onto the rear landing gear compartment. That is the space where wheels fold in, technically called the rear central landing gear compartment. The plane took off at 8:46 a.m. Kabul time. Next, for 96 minutes, he crouched there like a statue through freezing cold and thin air. At 10:20 a.m., the aircraft landed in Delhi, and the boy stepped out alive. How is this even possible? Doctors and aviation experts call it a miracle. That compartment is not pressurized. It's open to the atmosphere. At 30 to 40,000 feet above from the surface, temperatures below minus 50 degrees Celsius, skin freezes, frostbite, body temperature crashes, hypothermia, heart failure is also possible, and oxygen almost gone. Hypoxia sets in. You pass out within minutes. The space itself is tiny, barely a meter wide. When whales retract, they fold in. So one wrong move, crushed. In short, nearly impossible to survive. Survival rate there is just 20%. From 1947 to 2015, 113 people tried this. Only 27 survived. Since 2015, 25 tried, only 5 survived. and yet this boy walked out alive. Some experts say in some aircraft, when wheels retract, doors shut and create a little shelter. Not like the passenger cabin, not exactly, but maybe slightly less harsher. That might explain rare survivors. Still, it is very, very rare. India's own tragic case. India too has seen this before with tragedy. In 1996, two brothers, Vijay and Pradeep Saini from Punjab, tried this on a British Airways Boeing 747, Delhi to London. Reason: police action against them. Alleged Khalistani links. They wanted asylum in England, but the flight was 11 hours. During the journey, 19-year-old Vijay lost consciousness. He fell to his death. His elder brother Pradeep, 22, also unconscious but survived. He was arrested on landing, later allowed to settle in the United Kingdom. That story shows the brutal odds and why most attempts end in death. Back to Kabul. In Delhi, CISF, Central Industrial Security Forces of India, and immigration officers questioned the boy. He said he only wanted to go to Iran out of curiosity. Then security and engineering team checked the aircraft. No damage. Only one thing found: a red audio speaker which was brought by this boy for his journey. It was found there. And then by evening, around 4 p.m., he was put back on the same flight and sent back to Afghanistan. Big safety questions. Now, here is the bigger issue. Even in today's times, in modern times, if a 13-year-old can bypass Kabul airport security, slip through and reach Delhi, clinging on an aircraft wheel, what does that say about checks? What if instead of a boy, it was a terrorist? That plane had over 250 passengers, many of them Indians. One lapse could have endangered everyone's life. So people are asking, why don't airlines install sensors in the wheel well? Why not stricter rules for origin airports? Because today it's a miracle. Tomorrow it could be a disaster as well. Friends, what do you think on this? What is your opinion on this story? Please let us know on the comment section below. And if you like this, please don't forget to share, like, and especially, please don't forget to subscribe. Thank you so much. Keep looking for better. Let's meet again. Namaste.